Welcome to Tourpedia Uncovered, where every journey leads deeper into the unknown. Here, we don't just explore places, we unravel secrets, chase legends, and dive headlong into mysteries that have baffled generations. Whether it's lost civilizations, chilling crimes, or otherworldly phenomena, we're your guide through the shadows and the strange. So, if you're ready to question the world around you and discover the stories that hide beneath the surface, you're in the right place. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and prepare yourself, because on Tourpedia Uncovered, every episode is an invitation to adventure. Now, let's begin our descent into the world's most confounding mysteries. A swirling fog creeps through an ancient forest, moonlight slicing through the gloom as unseen eyes watch from the shadows. Headlines from yellowed newspapers flicker across the screen, telling stories of the unexplainable. Murders unsolved, people vanished, phenomena witnessed by trembling eyes. A radio telescope scans the silent heavens, searching for answers in the static, as a single candle guttering in the darkness hints at secrets yet to be uncovered. Now, in a dimly lit study lined with towering bookshelves, I sit, your guide through the labyrinth of history's greatest enigmas. Tonight, we embark on a journey not merely through the pages of time, but into the very heart of the unknown. Each chapter we turn reveals a world that resists understanding, daring us to look closer, to question more deeply. So settle in as the rain taps against the window panes and the shadows lengthen. For these are the stories that haunt our collective imagination, mysteries that, to this day, defy explanation. The truth may be elusive, but the intrigue is boundless. It was the 1940s, and in the heart of a secluded American town, the moon hung heavy and bright, casting long, sinister shadows across empty streets. The townsfolk spoke in hushed voices, their eyes darting toward the looming woods as night approached. A killer was among them, unseen, unknown, and relentless. Panic seeped into every home, every locked door, every trembling heart. The murders struck with the rhythm of the lunar cycle, each body discovered beneath the watchful gaze of the full moon. The victims, ordinary souls, their lives snuffed out in the prime of youth. The town quickly became a cauldron of suspicion, trust evaporating like mist at dawn. Neighbors eyed each other warily, and the once familiar night was now a harbinger of terror. Local lawmen, ill-equipped for such darkness, patrolled the silent streets, their flashlights wavering as they searched for answers in the shadows. The killer left no trace, no pattern, no motive, a phantom in the fog. The only link between the deaths, the lunar cycle, and a sense of dread that grew with each waxing moon. Rumors blossomed like nightshade. Was it a drifter, passing through unseen? Or someone among them, hiding behind a facade of normalcy? The town's isolation became its curse. Every face a mask, every night a test of courage. The killer's grip tightened, and the fear became a living thing, slithering through dreams and whispered prayers. To this day, the full moon murders remain unsolved. A tale passed down in shivers and gasps, the identity of the killer lost in the folds of night. Only the moon remembers, hanging each month as a silent witness to the terror that once stalked the lonely lanes. On the cool sands of Somerton Beach, December 1948, a body lay perfectly still. Dressed smartly in a suit and tie, the man's shoes gleamed, yet he belonged to no one. He carried no wallet, no identification, only a slip of paper hidden in a pocket, bearing two haunting words. Tamam shud. The meaning? It is finished. But for investigators, it was only the beginning. The man's face was serene, untouched by violence or visible trauma. Authorities scoured the country for someone who knew him, but no one came forward. His fingerprints, sent across the globe, matched no records. The world watched, transfixed, as the mystery deepened. In his suitcase, police found a book of Persian poetry, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, with a cryptic code penciled inside. The code, indecipherable, hinted at espionage, heartbreak, or perhaps a secret never meant to be revealed. Was he a spy, a lover, or merely a man with stories he took to the grave? Somerton Man's story became a puzzle for the ages. The slip of paper, the book, the code, all tantalizing threads, but none led to the truth. Even his cause of death remains a question. Some suspect poison, others natural causes, but nothing was ever proven. Decades later, the Somerton Man remains an enigma, a solitary figure washed up on a foreign shore, leaving behind a trail of riddles. He is a whisper on the beach, a puzzle etched in sand, and a testament to the secrets a single life can hold. Deep in the Bavarian countryside, a lonely farmhouse sat cloaked in snow. It was 1922, and the Gruber family, reclusive and wary, lived in uneasy solitude. One night, as a biting wind howled, someone approached from the woods. Footprints appeared in the snow, leading to the house, but none leading away. Within days, 6 bodies were found, family and maid alike, slain with brutal efficiency. Their bodies discovered stacked in the barn, faces frozen in terror. The killer had lingered, it seemed, feeding the animals, even lighting fires, while the dead lay undisturbed. The sense of dread was palpable. The farmhouse itself seemed to whisper of secrets and sorrow. Investigators descended on Hinterkaifeck, combing the land for clues. The doors had been locked from within, windows shuttered tight. Yet, the footprints told their own tale. A visitor arrived, but none departed. No valuables were taken, no motive unearthed. The violence was intimate, chillingly precise. Theories flourished, disgruntled neighbors, abandoned lovers, vengeful spirits, but every trail twisted into darkness. Every lead ended in despair. Even the family's own past was called into question, suspicions turning like the wind. The villagers, once united, became islands of fear, their trust shattered by the spectre of the unknown. A century later, Hinterkaifeck stands empty, the legend growing with each passing winter. The snow still falls, footprints still vanish, and the farmhouse endures as a monument to a mystery that may never be solved, its secrets locked behind doors that creak with every chill nightfall. Strasbourg, 1518, a city gripped by an inexplicable mania. It began with a single woman, dancing feverishly in the street, her limbs trembling in rhythm to music only she could hear. Within days, dozens had joined, their bodies writhing uncontrollably, exhaustion etched on every face. The dancing spread like wildfire, a strange compulsion overtaking young and old alike. The city's leaders were baffled, torn between superstition and science. Physicians prescribed more dancing, hoping it would burn out the affliction. Musicians were hired, stages erected, and the spectacle grew, transforming city squares into scenes of chaotic delirium. Some danced until their feet bled, some collapsed and died of exhaustion. Yet still, the music in their minds would not cease. What caused this epidemic? Some blamed demonic possession, others pointed to poisoned bread or the psychological toll of famine and fear. Yet no single answer could explain the scale or the strangeness of the plague. It was as if the city itself had fallen under a spell, its heartbeat quickening to an invisible tune. The dancing finally subsided as mysteriously as it began, leaving behind only rumors and the echo of ghostly footsteps. The city returned to its routines, but the memory lingered, a reminder that even the mind can become a stranger, and that some mysteries are written in the shadows of our own fears. To this day, the dancing plague remains one of history's most surreal events, where reason faltered and the line between body and mind, reality and nightmare, blurred into oblivion. Los Angeles, 1947, the city of dreams, glittering with promise and shadowed by secrets. Elizabeth Short, a young woman drawn to the allure of Hollywood, would become an icon of tragedy. Her body was discovered in a vacant lot, posed with chilling precision, her face forever frozen in a macabre smile. The press dubbed her the Black Dahlia, and the city's underbelly came alive with speculation. Detectives hunted for answers amid the neon and noir, but every clue seemed to unravel another knot of deception. Was Elizabeth a victim of jealousy, revenge, or something darker, something that thrived in the city's hidden corners? Hollywood's elite whispered behind closed doors, and the public was transfixed. The details of the crime were grotesque, yet the investigation was marred by dead ends, false confessions, and a media frenzy that blurred fact and fiction. The case became a mirror, reflecting the era's obsessions with fame, beauty, and the price of ambition. The Black Dahlia's story has inspired countless books, films, and theories, each one chasing the ghost of a killer who vanished into the smog. Her name endures as a symbol of innocence lost and justice denied. In the end, the Black Dahlia is more than a victim. She's a haunting presence in the city's eternal twilight, a question mark against the glamour that so often masks the darkness beneath. On a warm night in 1977, deep in the heart of Ohio, a radio telescope called the Big Ear captured something extraordinary. A sudden burst of signal, a narrowband radio emission from the constellation Sagittarius, lasted just 72 seconds, but in that brief moment, It whispered of cosmic loneliness and possibility. Its intensity was so startling that astronomer Jerry Amon circled it on the data printout and wrote a single word: wow. The wow signal was unlike anything detected before or since. It matched no known natural phenomenon, no passing satellite, no earthly interference. Scientists searched for a repeat, scanning those same star fields for years, but the signal never returned. What, if anything, sent that transmission? Was it a distant civilization, reaching out blindly into the void, hoping for an answer? Or was it a cosmic anomaly, a brief, unrepeatable ripple in the fabric of the universe? The mystery has inspired generations of astronomers, dreamers, and seekers of truth. The wow signal remains a solitary beacon in the vast expanse, a tantalizing hint that we might not be alone. It is a riddle written in starlight, echoing across the emptiness, inviting us to listen, to hope, and to wonder. Decades later, the printout still hangs on lab walls, a reminder that the universe may yet hold secrets beyond our wildest imagination, if only we have the patience to keep searching. Off the windswept coast of Nova Scotia lies Oak Island, shrouded in legend and treachery. In 1795, 3 curious boys discovered a strange depression in the earth, unwittingly opening a Pandora's box of obsession. As they dug, they encountered layer upon layer of oak planks, stones, and mysterious markings. A pit that seemed to promise unimaginable treasure. Word spread, and generations of treasure hunters arrived, armed with ever more elaborate schemes. But Oak Island guards its secrets jealously. Flood tunnels, booby traps, and collapses have thwarted every expedition, swallowing fortunes and even lives. Each new discovery, a cipher stone, a fragment of parchment, strange metallic objects, only deepened the enigma. Was it pirates who buried their loot so cunningly? The Knights Templar? Or is the money pit a riddle with no answer, a trick played by the island itself on those who dare to dream? Theories abound, but the pit remains undefeated, a monument to human curiosity and perseverance. Even today, the search continues, powered by hope and haunted by failure. Oak Island beckons with the promise of riches, yet delivers only more questions. Its legend grows with each passing year, a siren song for those who cannot resist the call of the unknown. Perhaps, in the end, the true treasure of Oak Island is the mystery itself, a puzzle that endures, outlasting all those who seek to solve it. On a quiet hillside near Rio de Janeiro in 1966, 2 men lay side by side, their identities concealed behind lead masks, homemade visors shielding their faces from something unseen. Their bodies were found in tailored suits, clutching cryptic notes and empty water bottles, as if they were prepared for a journey of cosmic consequence. The scene was eerily calm, untouched by violence. Yet the questions it raised were anything but peaceful. Who were these men? Why had they donned lead masks, and what compelled them to climb the hill that night? The notes referenced capsules and instructions to await the signal, suggesting a ritual, an experiment, or something stranger still. Investigators delved into the men's backgrounds, uncovering an interest in spiritualism and the possibility of extraterrestrial contact. Some speculated they hoped to communicate with beings from another world, their visors meant to protect them from blinding visions. Others believed it was a fatal miscalculation, a quest for enlightenment that ended in tragedy. The truth remains elusive. The cause of death was never determined, and no evidence of violence or poison was found. The hillside remains silent, the wind rustling through tall grass, carrying away secrets never meant for human ears. To this day, the lead masks case endures, a riddle of faith, science, and the perilous pursuit of the unknown. In the frozen heart of Russia's Ural Mountains, 9 seasoned hikers set out in 1959, seeking adventure and camaraderie beneath the northern lights. They never returned. Their tent was found ripped open from within, scattered belongings half buried in snow, footsteps leading into the wilderness. The searchers' hearts grew heavy as one by one they found the bodies, some in states of undress, some with injuries no storm could explain. Theories multiplied: avalanche, military testing, indigenous spirits, even extraterrestrial involvement. Yet none could account for the bizarre injuries: fractured skulls, missing eyes and tongues, radiation on the clothing. The official verdict: a compelling natural force. But what force could drive experienced hikers to flee their shelter barefoot into the night's lethal cold? The Dyatlov Pass Incident is a tale of terror and confusion, where every answer breeds only more questions. Diaries and photographs recovered from the camp offer glimpses of their final hours, but the truth remains locked beneath the ice, buried with the hikers themselves. Families mourned, the world speculated, and the Ural Mountains kept their counsel. The pass has since been renamed in memory of the group's leader, Igor Dyatlov, a tribute etched in snow and sorrow. Today, Dyatlov Pass is a pilgrimage site for those who seek to understand the limits of human endurance and the boundaries of the unexplained. In the late 16th century, the first English settlers arrived on the wild shores of Roanoke Island, full of hope and determination. They built homes, planted crops, and carved out an existence miles from their homeland. But when supply ships returned in 1590, the colony had vanished without a trace. No people, no bodies, only the word Croatoan etched into a post. The disappearance of the lost colony became America's first great unsolved mystery. Did the settlers perish from disease, famine, or conflict with local tribes? Or did they assimilate peacefully, their story absorbed into the land itself? Search parties scoured the forests and swamps, but found nothing. No graves, no definitive clues, only silence and rumor. Over centuries, theories have flourished. Some claim the colonists were abducted, others believe they fled to a nearby island, or were swept away by storms at sea. The word Croatoan remains the lone artifact, a beacon pointing to the unknown, inviting speculation, but refusing closure. The story of Roanoke is a haunting echo of ambition and loss, a reminder of the vastness and danger of the New World. It endures in American folklore, a puzzle that resists every attempt at solution. Perhaps in the end, the fate of the lost colony is a lesson about the power of the unknown, a whisper from the past, still waiting to be heard. Back in the quiet glow of the study, the mysteries we have explored tonight linger in the air like the fading scent of old parchment. Each unsolved crime, each unexplained signal, each vanished soul is a thread in the tapestry of our endless curiosity. We are drawn. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world's most perplexing enigmas. Here at Torpedia Uncovered, your curiosity fuels our quest for answers, and your support helps us bring more mysteries to light. If you enjoyed unraveling these secrets with us, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Share your favorite mystery in the comments below, and together, let's keep the spirit of discovery alive. Until our next adventure, stay curious.